Good morning, guys. Hi, my name is Shay. Welcome back to my channel. I usually don't start off my videos like this, but today we're doing a get ready with me, so I wanted to start from the beginning. And guess what? I have my hair to untwist, so we're literally starting from the beginning. And then we're gonna get ready together. We're gonna get cute together. We're gonna get cute and ready for the day. So I'm also going to be just chatting about life, about just everything. I'm gonna be talking about marriage, friendships, postpartum, all of the things. It may be a little bit of a long one because I am fully getting ready, but I do not have much time to get ready these days, so I'm gonna try to make it quick. Hopefully the talking doesn't slow me down. But this is a style that I've been doing for years and years on my hair. It's just like a twist out. And today I'm getting ready because I have a campaign to shoot. And so it's due today, so I have to get like fully ready and fully just prepared for camera. So it's gonna be a full-blown transformation. I feel like I shouldn't have done my hair like this because it doesn't read that well on camera. So I think I'm gonna have to stretch it and blow dry it and just make sure it looks very full and pretty for camera. So yeah, that's the game plan. But yeah, how am I doing? How am I feeling? Let's just get straight into it. I have been feeling really good lately. Denton has been back on his schedule. A couple weeks ago he was off his schedule, so he was waking up at like 6 a.m. every single morning, and that was just taking a toll on me. Like, I was just so tired and just did not have a lot of energy, and I just was not motivated to like homeschool him and teach him and like do all the things that I needed to do as a stay-at-home mom. It was like getting pretty hard to do. So I got him back on schedule, and he's doing really well. So he's back on schedule, and he's literally going to sleep later a little bit. So he's going to sleep around like 7:45, 8, but then he's waking up around 8. So I'm like, okay, we can cut off a couple, like 45 minutes of our nighttime together, Danny and I, to get him to sleep longer. So that's what we've been doing. So that's been good. I've been getting some good sleep, and also I've just been like in my groove. I feel like one thing that I've been struggling with is cooking. Like, I don't know, like preparing dinner has just not been something that like I have been wanting to do. So I've been slacking in that area. But as far as like working out and keeping up with social media and YouTube and everything, I feel like I've been doing pretty good. So yeah, overall I've been doing pretty good. As a mom, I feel like I've really hit my stride. I think it's been a little bit challenging because I now have a 1-year-old, and 1-year-olds are a lot different than babies. I think one thing that honestly shocked me is that like everybody said that like the newborn stage is the hardest, and I actually like don't agree with that. I don't know, I feel like every stage has its challenges, but I found that like this stage is the most challenging. I feel like before I was the most tired, but like I didn't feel like it was super challenging because like all you really did was just like feed the baby, hold them, and like you didn't have to move. You literally could sit on the couch basically all day and like watch TV and like whatever and rest. But I feel like now, especially now that I'm like back in the swing of like work and doing deals and juggling taking care of him and trying to take him out on play dates and just doing all the things, I feel like it is more challenging. So yeah, I don't know, that's kind of like my perspective on that. I definitely feel like the newborn stage is challenging in some ways, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like right now this toddler stage to where they have to be like entertained and like you have to baby proof the house, and he's no longer happy just like sitting in one place. Like he wants to run around and crawl around and do stuff. And so we've been really trying to like get out and like go explore places around here, and we've actually found a couple of really cool places. One is called Play Street Museum. That place is like really fun. Like he really likes that place. So you know, we'll go back there when the budget allows, but it is like $13 per visit, so it's not the most cost effective, but it really is worth it. So whenever we can fit that in the budget, we will be doing that. My hair looks really frizzy. I don't know what's going on here. So yeah, marriage wise also has been pretty good. We are also hitting a stride. My husband's birthday was last weekend, so we were in Houston. So that was really fun, like a little fun getaway, mini getaway, and we have some friends in Houston, so we spent some time there with them. I think if you saw our video a couple of weeks ago, we hit like 4 years recently, and I just can't believe it's been 4 years. I think that one thing we are really enjoying is just like obviously being in full-blown like parent mode. And one thing I was really nervous about, like after, wow, I look crazy, guys. I promise you, we'll get there, okay? We'll get there, just bear with me. But one thing that I was really nervous about before we had Denton, I literally had like a couple breakdowns right before I had Denton, because I was like, oh my gosh, like my husband and I had such a great marriage, and like we just loved each other so much. We were just obsessed with each other. We spent so much time with each other, and I was so nervous that like having a baby would change all of that, and like we would like literally lose ourselves and like lose our spark. And honestly, some of that came from just like how I felt myself, but I feel like some of that came from like outsiders too. I feel like a lot of people told us like, oh, get ready, you know, like it's gonna be all about the baby, you know, like make sure you still give time to your husband, like make sure you don't forget about him, like, you know, still date your spouse, like all of these things that you hear that just make you like really nervous about having a baby and changing. And our relationship has obviously changed a lot throughout the years. We started dating when we were 17 and 18, and we're now 25. So there has been a lot of change, but I don't think that our relationship has changed for the worse. I feel like we definitely still spend a lot of time together, and we definitely have not lost our spark. I think one thing that we literally just talked about is the fact that, like, I don't know, I feel like there is this thing that like once you're dating, like everybody expects you to be all up on each other, like just puppy love stage. And then like when you get married, they're literally like there's an expectation that you need to get like more serious, and there needs to be like a professionalism to the relationship. And I feel like we've kind of lost that a little bit, because literally we were talking about it and we're like, did we used to do PDA? Like, were we PDA couple? And we were like, no, not really. And I was like, wait, no, we were. Like, we literally used to freaking make out, like literally. Is everything good? Oh my gosh. Like we literally used to make out in literally the middle of the hallway in high school, like literally just people like passing period, like people literally just walking past us, and we were just like all up on each other kissing, like yeah. So we used to do PDA quite a bit, but I feel like, and like just hold hands, we were talking about that, like we literally held hands like everywhere. Like we never went into a store, we never drove, like we never got in a car, anything without holding hands. And I feel like that type of stuff has gone. Like our love for each other, our affection for each other is very like, very business, not businessy, it's very like professional, I guess I would say. Like it's very mature, and I feel like that's something, like we're 25, so I feel like we shouldn't have to worry about, and subconsciously we shouldn't have to like, you know, like kind of tone down our like obsession with each other physically. If we want to kiss in front of people, if we want to hug, if we want to hold hands, like we should do that. And I just feel like, I don't know, that has changed for sure, but I feel like we definitely love each other way deeper, just because like seeing each other as parents and like just in this new space of life, and literally like seeing my husband do so well like in his job and do all this stuff is just really sexy to me. So yeah, that has not changed, but overall I would say we're doing good. I think we just need to get that youthfulness back, because we're literally 25. And even if we're not 25, even if we were 50, like I don't want to be one of those couples that like literally never kiss, never touch, never hug. Like that's no fun. That's not why you got married. You didn't get married to not be affectionate to your partner, you know? So we want to bring some of that high school stuff back. Work wise, I have been doing good also. If you don't know, just a little background, I have a degree in marketing and fashion merchandising, and I literally thought that when I got that degree I was going to be just completely like in corporate and in fashion something to do with fashion. So I thought I was going to be in merchandising, and I did for a little while. When we moved to Charlotte, I was I was in merchandising at Lowe's for the patio team, and so I did that and I really liked it, but then we moved and I couldn't work there anymore, and I didn't, so I haven't gone back to the professional like workforce since I've had him. I have been doing just like some UGC content and stuff like that, making money on the side, but mainly being a stay-at-home mom. And that has been interesting because I don't know if you guys know anything about Enneagrams, but I'm an Enneagram 3, and we're achievers. So we really put a lot of emphasis on achieving and reaching our goals and stuff like that. So it's been weird to have to reach goals in a different way and to not like be super like goal oriented, which I think has bit us in the butt a little bit. I think we were both talking about that we've kind of just like laid our goals almost by the wayside because because we're in a new season of life and it's just been different. But yeah, I don't know, I definitely have had the feeling of wanting to do more with my career. So I'm thinking about getting back into real estate when we move back to Charlotte. So we will see what happens with that. If you know, I did not really have the best experience with real estate the first time. I don't know if it was because I was with the wrong broker. I was with Keller Williams, and I think I may do eXp Realty this time, so that could be different. But I don't know, I'm a little nervous because I got really down on myself and I was really not in a great place in my life when I did real estate the first time. So I don't know what that was about. Also, to be fair, I was in real estate like in 2020, so literally during the pandemic, and so that was just not a great time to be in real estate. So that could have been it too. But I'm thinking, well, not thinking, I am getting my license in North Carolina transferred, and so with that, I don't know if I want to practice full time. Like, I don't know what I want to do, but that's something I'm also thinking about. I'm going to stretch my hair, get it ready, and then I'll be right back. Ready to get in there. Okay, I'm starting to look better, right? Got a little edges. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about transferring my license and kind of getting back into that. Also, we're considering like when we want to start like to purchase a home. So my goal in real estate was to always like help my family like purchase real estate. So with that being said, I definitely would like to be our realtor, like the realtor for my family and I when we purchase like a home. So in order to do that, I have to obviously like get my license in North Carolina. So either way, I need to get it, and the only thing I have to do is take the state exam, which is like under 50 questions, so it shouldn't be too hard. I passed both of the tests the first time, like when I took the test back in 2020, so I don't think it should be that difficult for me. So I think I'm gonna do that and kind of just go from there. I don't really see myself going back into corporate. Like, I am not opposed to it. I just feel like that's not the route that God is calling me to, and I literally have applied for so many jobs, some that I'm overqualified for, some that I am qualified for, and have not heard anything back. Like, I've applied for months at this point, and I already told Danny, like, I feel like God is just not calling me to that in the season of my life, because I literally just like have been applying for months and haven't gotten anything. So now we're kind of pivoting and trying to figure out kind of like what my future with work does look like, because obviously if I do real estate and I decide to do that like full time, then I would have to put Denton in daycare. But real estate, you don't make money right away. You have to prospect, and you have to like build your clientele, especially since we're moving to a completely new state than where I have my license now. Like I don't have any weeds, so that would be very interesting. So yeah, we're kind of just going over that and figuring that out. But yeah, that's kind of about work. Friendships have been going really well. I haven't had any lost friendships or anything. I feel like honestly, like in this time of my life, friendships are a little hard just because like I'm taking care of Denton and like I'm so worried about him. But I found that like I have like a couple of really good like close friends, and they don't have kids, but a lot of the friends that I talk to often and like hang out with here are friends or are people that have like kids, because it's just easier. Like, you know, like okay, one of my friends may want to go to lunch like at 12 today, but I have Denton with me, and so if you don't have kids, it's just kind of hard to like talk and like stuff. When both parties have kids, it's easier. Like if your kid is literally screaming or crying, like okay, we know that like the lunch is not gonna go how we want it to go. Like if you're expected to come out with me and go out with me and like talk and have an uninterrupted time, like that's just not the season of life I'm in. So yeah, that's been interesting. But yeah, I think overall like I've been really good. Like I said, some of the things that I need to work on right now are just like the presence of being a stay-at-home mom and making sure that I'm giving Denton my attention. But also I want to stay consistent with my work. I guess my hair is good enough now. I'm like, I don't think it could get any better at this point. Yeah, like I want to get more consistent with work and just, or not get more consistent, but like keep up my consistency. And another thing that I want to work on is figuring out what I want to do. I have a couple projects that I'm working on, so that should be interesting, but I just want to figure out what I want to do with work and what that whole thing is gonna look like. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like kind of in limbo right now, which is really weird for me because I've always had a goal. Like I've always had goals, and I've always had like tangible goals, and I've always been working towards something, which I am working towards something. So I don't know why I can't like get myself to see that. It just doesn't feel as obtainable, because I don't know why. It's just weird. It's just a weird little time. I need to like trim my hair. It's time for a trim for sure. Anyway, yeah, so those are some things that I want to work on, and then some things that like I'm really excited about and I feel like I'm doing really well is also parenting. But I just feel like Denton is thriving. I feel like, you know, when I see him around other babies, like he literally loves being around other kids, and it just makes me super like excited, and it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job like taking care of him. So I'm really excited that he is hitting his milestones and walking, and I just am so excited for all of the milestones that he's gonna hit in the future. And then another thing that I'm really excited about is obviously our move coming up, and I mentioned this in the last vlog, and I'm just so excited to like start new and start fresh, and like to have more space and to be in a place where the lighting has been so off this whole time. Why didn't you guys tell me that? Why didn't you guys tell me that? Oh my gosh, I've been shooting in the wrong freaking form this whole time. So now you can see my color. Before I was literally just like white wash. It was very weird. Okay, hi, this is my real color. But anyway, so I'm really excited to do that move and like to just start new and fresh, and and like I said, have more space and be back in a city where, like, I don't know, like, we just love, and a city that we can literally just have so much fun in. Like today it's going to be like 106 or something right now in Texas, or in Dallas, and in Charlotte I checked the weather just because it's like my Alexa is programmed to it, so when I asked the weather it told me Charlotte's weather, and it's literally 70 something right now, and it is going to be a high of like 81, and that weather is just like, that is amazing weather. That's weather to where I could literally take Denton to the park. I could literally have so much fun. We could like go on walks and we could just be outside, and instead I'm just gonna be like stuck inside. So that's something I'm really excited about. I'm also, yeah, I'm just excited for our future. I feel like we have some really cool things coming in the future, but also it's gonna be a future that is literally a testament to the goodness of God, because we are excited for our future, but we don't have a lot planned for our future. Like, we are saying we're moving, but we don't have everything squared away, and it's literally August and we are moving in January. And so there are a lot of big puzzle pieces that are just missing and that are big question marks, and we have no idea how they're going to get filled. And I'm just so excited because I know that God is literally just going to fill in those puzzle pieces, because he always does for us, and it always just ends up making sense. But like right now it's kind of a time where it's like, okay, I am just believing that God is going to work everything out and that everything's going to be good. That's exactly what happened. The last time we moved to Charlotte, literally, like, I didn't have a job. Danny did, but I didn't have one. And I literally had an interview like the week before we were supposed to move, and got the job and moved, and then started the job like that next week. It was actually insane how that timing worked. It was crazy. So I know that everything is going to work out. It always does, but it's just a little like nerve-wracking, you know, like not knowing what things are going to look like in the near future. Not like I'm worrying about what's going to look like in a year or like 5 years. I'm talking about within the next 6 months, which is, again, scary for a person like me, because I really like to know what's going on at all times, and that's just not how things go. That's not how God intended it for it to be. So I'm just chilling right now, just chilling. And yeah, I'm thinking I might do some like foundation today, because like I said, I'm gonna be on camera like recording myself, and I feel like sometimes it's needed. So I think I'm gonna do some of that. What else? I feel like everything else is pretty, I don't know. I'm just like really honestly like enjoying life right now. I feel like I am doing a really good job at like soaking in all the moments and making sure I'm like slowing down and like remembering, and like literally giving myself time to like remember and to reflect and to like just have fun during the season. I feel like it can be very daunting and very like, I don't know, scary to be a mom and to have all this responsibility, and it can be very taxing, like mentally, emotionally, physically even. But I feel like the more you just like let go and have fun with it, I feel like that's one thing that I do well, is like put things into perspective and have fun while doing it. Like, I'm not gonna stress out. I'm not going to like, I'm gonna have fun. If anything, I'm gonna have fun, and I'm gonna make sure that my household has fun, because this life is already so serious, and to be serious and to not like deprive yourself of fun and deprive yourself of experiences and I don't know, just like good vibes is hell. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? Like, life is already hard. You already have payments, you already have bills, you already have, you know, like doctor's appointments, you already have all this stuff going on. So the least you could do is when the times are good and when you can, like, literally have fun and take a second to, oh, I look really ashy right now. I gotta warm this up. Take a second to just reset with yourself and take a little break. So I try to do things that are like fun every single week, and so we've been doing a good job about like getting out and doing new things. And like literally we decided to go to Houston like literally the week before we went. That wasn't a plan, but we were like, you know what, we need a little breaky break. We don't have to spend money on like a hotel or anything or on a flight. We literally could just go down to Houston and visit our friends and this is scary. This is scary. Okay, so that's not my shade anymore. That is definitely not my shade anymore, but I can fix this. I can fix this. I just have to add, do I look like, I look scary. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, yeah, Houston was not our plan, so we literally just decided to do it, and we're like, look, it won't cost that much money. We took Denton with us. It wasn't like a couple's like thing. It was literally with our kid, and he did great in the car. I also feel like sometimes that can like stunt us because we're like, oh my gosh, like you already tell yourself you can't do it before you even like think about it. And I feel like that's one thing that I've had to like, I don't know, like teach my husband is like, he's definitely analytical. And before, like I'll be like, oh, like we should do this, and he's like, oh no, we can't do that, like we don't have the money for that, or like, oh no, like we don't have time for that. And I'm like, well, what I was thinking is and I like go down the list, and like I'm very creative, so like I'm really good at creating new experiences, and they don't always have to cost money. So like I don't know, you just have to be creative with life. And just because you don't have the money to travel abroad or do all this crazy stuff doesn't mean that you can't have experiences. Like if it literally means that you have to have the money to enjoy life, like that is not how God intended it. That is not the truth. Like that is a lie. You don't have to have money to enjoy life and to have these great experiences. Not true. Not true. So yeah, that's something that I've been doing and like really enjoying right now too. It's just like even something as small as like trying out a new park in my area, or trying out a new restaurant, or I don't know what else, like trying out a new fitness studio, like making, like I've really been into my like fitness era right now, and I'm literally obsessed with it. I love working out, and I've never really loved working out. Like that's never been like my thing, but you guys, I'm into it. I'm really having a lot of fun. So okay, let's do the eyelashes, because eyelashes literally bring me back to life. I've been using this like Better Than Sex chocolate like mascara this summer, and I love it. I never thought that I would be a brown mascara girly. I just like didn't really understand it, but now I do. Now I do, and it is beautiful. So cute. Look at this. Look at the difference. The eyelash primer does a lot for my lashes too. Like they're already pretty long. So yeah, what time is it? Gosh, my son is in there playing, and I have to go get him and feed him. So I am about to be done, but I just wanted to thank you guys so much for supporting me. I feel like YouTube has been a very slow grind for me, but it's honestly one of my favorite platforms. I watch YouTube all the time, and I think it's so fun, and I learn a lot from YouTube. And I don't know, I just think the coolest people are on YouTube. So I've been having a lot of fun. Ooh, I just got mascara on myself. I've been having a lot of fun, and I feel like I feel like it's gonna pay off eventually. Like, I think I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers eventually, and I feel like I'm just gonna take off. I really do believe that. I feel like I'm going to take off, and I'm literally gonna be a YouTube girly, and I feel like all of my hard work is gonna pay off. But for now, I'm just working on being consistent and just making sure that I am putting time and effort into myself. I am a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also a work-from-home mom, and I have to know the difference, because a stay-at-home mom does not have another job. Stay-at-home mom, the only thing she does is take care of her kids, which is great, but that's not what I do. I do a lot more, and sometimes I have to make sure I give myself, you know, like the creds. Like, you work, you do a lot, you don't just stay at home. So yeah, sometimes I have to tell myself that. But I am pretty much done. I'm just gonna put something on a little lippy lips so that I'm not ashy. Definitely not the best makeup. It's a little ashy. That color is my winter color, not my summer color, so it's a little light, but it'll do. This is my final look. I look alive, guys, right? Like, I look cute now. You had to trust the process. I told you. I started off a little crazy, but it paid off. So anyways, I'm done. I gotta go get my son. He's yelling at me now. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit about more. I hope we got caught up, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a little comment if you want to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.